Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Collection Mini Pro Palette Volume 3. So all the colors that I've used in this eyeshadow little tutorial thing they're all pretty much from here. I've started off by just using a larger blending brush. I think it's the MAC 224, and with one of the lightest pink shades in the palette, I've just started putting a transition color at the top, just above the crease, kind of a little bit like in the crease, a little bit above the crease, and I just continue to do this until I'm completely satisfied with it. I just keep building and building up the color. So that color in the crease, I believe, was B1, and then I go into just the corners of the eyes and I start building up C1 just right into the crease of the my eyes. And I keep doing this until I'm completely satisfied. I do the same on the other side. I just keep adding more and more. And I think in some of the ones I've also added, let me see here, B3 as well, just to kind of darken it up. But I think most of it is just B1, and I just keep putting more on my brush and just keep adding more into the corners and taking a blending brush and bringing it up. So I've actually used a flat brush to apply the color into the corners, and then I do start using like a dome brush to blend it out. I also took those colors at the bottom of my lash line using I think it was like a crease brush, like a flat crease brush. And I brought those same colors, the B1 and the C1, right into the bottom so it looks cohesive with the top as well. So basically you have to remember that whatever you do to the top, you must also do to the bottom. And you just keep building and building until you're completely satisfied. And sometimes when you're kind of blending it, you see the color sort of disappear, and then you keep adding more into it until you're satisfied. As you can tell, I've started using a powder puff to kind of press down onto my skin, and when I'm doing my eyeshadow and doing the rest of my eyes. The reason I'm doing that is because I don't like to use my fingers, just because the oils from your fingers can sometimes disturb the makeup on your face that you've already done, and it just kind of moves it around. So, and sometimes you've got like shadow or color on your fingers and it just kind of gets onto your face, and then it's hella problem to take it off. So that's what I do. And just remember, as you're putting on your shadow, just keep taking like a brush, and if you see any fallout, and just dust it right away. You don't want to let it sit there, or else it's just going to smear all over under your eyes. Okay, so I'm actually using a lighter shadow to go onto the lid, and I've used a concealer sharp edge brush, so it can kind of like create a nice line in the crease to apply the glitter on top of it. I didn't use a concealer, and I didn't use like a paint pot or whatever, anything creamy. This is just a little trick for those of you guys that don't know how to do a cut crease, to just kind of practice with a lighter color shadow. I wasn't really going for the cut crease look anyways, but just to kind of give you a little tip on how you can kind of practice it, because it can be kind of messy when you're using the creamy colors. And yeah, so as I'm doing that, I'm just kind of like applying that not all over the lid, but just kind of halfway through the lid area. I did use a paper towel right underneath the eyes, because I started using A2 in the Norvina palette, the mini Norvina palette, which is a pressed glitter. And that way, if it does fall, if there's any fallouts, a majority of it will fall right onto the paper towel and you won't get very much on your face. Yeah, you could use glue, like just put glitter glue directly on your brush and kind of press that in and then go in with the glitter. But I would still suggest, if you've done your face makeup first, I would definitely suggest going in with a paper towel underneath, just in case all that hard work doesn't just... I don't know what that was. Okay, so now I have kind of started using a gel liner into my waterline. I do it at the top and at the bottom. I always, majority of the time, use black. I never really go in with a lighter color. I just think that the black suits me better on any sort of look that I'm kind of going for, and especially if you're going for a dramatic look. I always go right in the waterline at the top and at the bottom of my eyes. Yeah, and I use a really tiny little brush for that. And then I did take a shader brush and I started to add a little bit more of that pink underneath it, just in case some of it kind of like transitioned or just kind of moved out of place. And just to see, like when you add the black, it just kind of, the black is so dark that it takes it all up, like emphasizes it more. So you want to make sure you can still see that pink underneath it. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm starting to do my liquid liner, and it was the Anastasia liquid liner. It takes me forever to do my liquid liner. Like literally, probably the same amount of time it takes me to do my whole eyeshadow look is how long it takes me to do a liquid liner. So yeah, I kind of started off with the liquid one, and then I think for the tip I went in with my gel one, and then I think it's just because I'm just super picky, and then I went in with the liquid one on top of it again, just for the wing on the outside. Yeah, so I might just kind of fast forward through this whole thing. So here I actually started dusting off any sort of fallout that I could have had on my face, just in case. I think there was a little bit of glitter that was kind of like hanging around underneath the eyes. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And then just under the eyebrows, I added a little bit of shadow and some powder just to kind of, like I added the shadow right underneath it right in the beginning, but then I added a little bit more if I had lost anything during the addition of the transition powder. just to kind of define the brows, and then added a little bit of highlight to my upper lip as well. And that's what's going on here. Just a lot of defining underneath the brows. And then obviously I started to curl my lashes and go in with the mascara. I did go in with the Fenty mascara, which is right now the one that I'm using and one of my faves. I did put on lashes after I did my lips and everything. I added lashes. They're the Sephora collection, hashtag lash stories in Ouch. And then when I did go on with the lips, it took me a long time, just like it's taking me a long time to do my freaking mascara. I don't know, something about mascara and like eyeliner. Mascara takes me a long time. But when it came to lips, I put on the Makeup Forever. I'm trying to read the name here, but I'm like literally blind. Makeup Forever lip liner in Up and Down Tan, which is my fave right now. And ooh, I'm showing a step and I didn't even like talk about it. This one is, I just went in with some more powder just in case any of the powder foundation had moved or anything like that. So let's go back to the lips. So the Makeup Forever Up and Down Tan, and then the liquid lip was in Pure Hollywood. And I did like kind of use a lip brush for that. And then the gloss that I used on top of it was the Anastasia Freya. Takes me quite a while to do that because I did use a lip brush. Yeah, and then that powder just kind of like, I put it in all different areas where it kind of needed to be brightened, and so like under the eyes, forehead, chin area, and just areas that I get oily and stuff, so there's a little bit of extra coverage. And then yeah, as if anybody wants to see my mouth wide open here while I'm putting my lips on. But yeah, it was really nice with the Pure Hollywood, but it was looking flat, so that's why I had to add the gloss, and it just took the makeup look to a completely different level. So I do measure the lashes before I go on and put them on, so I can cut them wherever it's needed. Yeah, so that is what I was kind of looking for, like my scissors and my glue, so I can apply it on. And after that, the entire look is complete. And here I'm doing some beauty blogger looks. And I don't think it's coming out that great for me, but hey, that was the entire look, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you want to see more looks like this, please do subscribe to my channel, follow me on all social media at CanBeRehaul, share, like, comment, all that good stuff, and let me know if you want to see more makeup videos. I will see you all in my next one. Thank you.